Early this morning. I actually feel great and energized. A typical morning for me getting up, so the first thing I do is I say, after I breathe, I say thank you God and thank you for this day. And then I sanctify myself in my home with frankincense. So there's frankincense billowing throughout my house. And then I say my morning prayers and then I just let the blessings roll in.
John? G987 FM, the way we groove at 8:37 in the morning. It's so beautiful to hear a song dedicated to you, inspired by you.
That's right, baby. Tell me.
You know what I'm saying? Liberty Silver, all in my mind. I don't have to say no more. She told you that song is for.
Now, Liberty, I don't know if you know this, but yeah, Mark's a good-looking guy, whatever. But women hit on him all the time.
Right.
Right.
And he's always like, yeah.
Hear him, yeah, right.
But say your name, he turns into a little schoolboy.
Really?
Schoolboy.
Liberty and I had a chance to hang out during Kevin Pennant's, I think it was a black music festival for TIFF. And we had a chance to sit down and talk, and it was the very first time I told her, you know, how much she's been on my mind, and she told me how much I've been on hers. Hence,
the song
is number one in 38 states. It's all in my mind. It's not a coincidence, you know. Okay. Now, I'll go further the length, okay?
Okay.
Cardi was supposed to bring us some food.
That's right.
No, this is true.
I heard it. I was up.
He was supposed, yeah, and Liberty
heard. Listening.
That's right. And then he was supposed to bring us some ackee and saltfish, and he ended up giving us
tea and a slice of
sausage
bread.
biscuits.
But listen, in Toronto, Canada, everybody knows West Indian food stores don't open till 12.
So you're
now, if
racking
you
them
were
up.
in Jamaica and you went for ackee and saltfish at 8:15, you would be out of luck.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was saying, what West Indian store does he know unless he's going to cook it?
Right, exactly. And he can cook it.
Yes.
But you can.
Now,
I did.
Yes, and you laid it out and said, you know, when I come in, I will bring them a West Indian breakfast.
That's right.
Now, we've heard this a few times before.
But nobody's
So
running
we want to see
Follow
if
through, people.
Thank you.
So I hear you have follow through today.
Shall we get the camera
Can we
out
see
to
it?
snap
Yeah,
some
we want to
pictures?
see what this looks like.
Well,
Just so you
I
guys
have
know.
ackee and saltfish and
Okay.
cooked food, which is yam, dumpling, and banana.
Wow.
And
Okay.
then,
That's hungry.
And a banana.
and I did bring you a pepper sauce just in case you guys don't have pepper sauce
No,
here.
you did not.
I did.
Okay, now
did.
I have a crush on you. Now it's mutual. I don't understand. I'm going to fight him for you now.
Oh my God. And then on top of that, I said, well, you can't have a little breakfast without a little lunch. So last night I cooked some oxtail and some rice and peas.
No, you
so you
didn't.
have everything. And I am challenging anybody who wants their song. Anybody who wants their song in rotation, and you come on an interview in this show to feed the DJs in the staff.
No, you're the top now. Top
Yeah,
top.
you're the top,
You
top.
can't touch it.
It's something that we should do because we thank God for this station and we thank God that you're here and we want you to be blessed, so you need to be well fed and on point.
Yes.
It just goes hand in hand.
Yes.
And the advertising people also.
Now, speaking of that, and to be a little more serious, what does it mean for an artist like you who is so well known all over the world to have a station like this right at home that can play your music and support you? And
Well, you know, they say that you're never a king in your own country, but G987 has changed that for a lot of people. And I don't mean that to be, you know, sucking up. It's the truth. And we've needed this for a long time. And in the past, other people have tried it. And there's been competition against the people and all that stuff. And we needed a conscious radio station that dealt with not only the new stuff and what's going on out there, but the people that live right here and have been working really hard. And you know, when I go outside of Canada, people embrace me all over the world, and then you come back to Canada and you're like, it's, you know, there's an embarrassment of wealth of talent here.
Yeah.
And we had no support for such a long time, and no launching pad, and no encouragement, and that frustrates artists. And you know what happens when artists get frustrated? They turn to bad things, or they give up, and that's not who we are. We are divine by nature, so when we support each other, the excellence just comes out, and we are example to the world, and you are an example to the whole of Canada and United States. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fitzroy. Right on, my brother.
that's what I know.
That's what I got.
That's right. That's right.
So can we talk a little bit about what you have been working on, what's coming up for you, and where people can find out about you?
Absolutely. The first thing is the Liberty Silver Foundation of the Arts, where we go into the school system and we've built a curriculum to encourage young youth that sometimes are having a hard time or in the foster care system or whatever they're going through. And our first mission is to teach them that they are divine by nature, and then to identify who they are and what their peoples or their struggle or their culture has gone through. And we do it through music. Nice. And we find that a lot of kids, that some are Muslim, some are Canadian, some are different, that would usually just pass each other in the hall, now become friends and start interacting.
Music
and become team players. Yeah, it's a spiritual connection. If I don't know you and you don't know me, and I go, hey, you're really looking good, and you go, wow, and the music touches you, and it has a spiritual connection. And so that's what we use, and they learn how to express themselves in a positive manner, right thinking followed by right action. That's what the curriculum is.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and I've been recording again. I'm in the studio with a guy named Johnny Usry from Stradivarius, who did songs for Teddy Prendergast, the OJs. He is part of the Sound of Philadelphia. I'm working with Eddie Bullen on a constant basis.
Nice.
I was telling my man Mark that All in My Mind is #1 in 38 states, and I was approached one night by this choreographer, and a guy named Mark Kelly, and he goes, I should have written that song. I said, well, you didn't. But thank you anyway. Thank you, Mr. R. Because the Steppers community in Chicago has taken to it, and that's old school, you know, where you dress up, you smell good.
Right.
That's the school I came from. And you know, I love rap, I love hip hop, I love all that. I love the revolution.
Yeah.
But I also love it when we come out and looking our best.
Definitely.
At all times.
It is early in the morning. I barely managed to put a half a face on. You
Right.
look gorgeous.
You look
and you were here
gorgeous,
early.
This is
you
my
look
own
gorgeous.
clothing line, Authentic Demon
No,
Clothing,
nice.
and I have my own jewelry line, Liberty Silver Jewelry,
No,
everything.
Joyce, you look gorgeous. So
Yeah.
where can people, you know,
Online,
Okay.
online,
I have to
libertiesjewelry.com.
holler at you real
Yeah,
quick.
I mean,
Classic.
out of necessity, and thank you, my brother in the other booth. Out of necessity, because I'm a juicy woman.
Juicy, I like
And
that.
I couldn't find anything that didn't look like a tablecloth.
Okay.
I
Right.
decided to create my own clothing line, and a few years back, my daughter-in-law, she was fatally killed in a house fire, and I took charge of my 2 grandchildren, Faith and Destiny. So I had a lot of time on my hands, so I started creating my merch line, my merchandise line. And I would say to anybody that's out there that's in the business, get into the business of music, not
Right.
just your music,
Right.
and create your merch, because you will be able to fall back on it eventually.
Right.
And it's something that maybe you can't see it now, but you need to
Eventually.
create your own enterprise for yourself.
Listen, I'm juicy too. I'm going to give you some business.
Oh.
You look fabulous.
There's a lot of juice in the building right now.
Now, I got to send a shout. One of our listeners, Tony, called and said, Jem, please don't get jealous, but I love me some liberty.
Right, Tony.
And we also have on Twitter here, Bajan Blue said, I had the privilege of hearing you belt it out years ago. Anytime I can hear that again soon, are you planning to belt it out somewhere in a concert?
I am actually at the Holy Trinity on the 20th at 6 p.m. We're doing the Obama Day. If you could Google it, please do.
And you've opened for him before.
I have. I actually sang for him in the airport in Ottawa when he came, which was a pleasure. They took my cell phone, they took everything, but I snuck a CD in my car. And when he said, hi, nice to meet you, I went, bam! Funky Finger Productions!
wrote a song about it. I want to hear it. Here you go.
He said, my grandmother also does that. I said, well, that's great.
Now we got some different tracks here on the album. The album is called Groove Sympathy, that's right?
Groove Symphony, yes.
Symphony.
Yeah.
So we have one song here called Hot Thing, again, dedicated to me. Baby, You Change, Step to Me, dedicated to me.
Yeah.
Take All of My Loving, you know, it has nothing else to say.
the whole thing is dedicated
Pretty
to
much, this is dedicated to Dr. Marshall.
Alright.
Yeah, it's self-explanatory. So Sexy, I mean, come on, Jim. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to play the song
Not dedicated
that
to
you,
you.
it's all me. We're going to play this song right here. You can hold my hand while you say what it is.
great.
She's holding my hand right now.
This is hot in here.
Woo! Let them know the song.
Sweating.
Yeah,
He's
girl.
glistening.
Your wife's going to make it a lot hotter now.
I think she's at work right now. Don't worry about it. Girl, what is the song we're going to play? It's the #1 song here on the album. Tell them a little bit about it.
Well, it was #1 on the smooth jazz charts here in Canada, and it's #1 in the States right now. And it's called I Spy, and it's basically about growing up as a young girl, getting into the business, and being conscious of aware of my gift, and that I have to protect it, and I know who you are, I know what the deal is, and the business of music. And that's what the song is about. It just sounds real good and you can move to it. But there's a conscious message in everything I do.
And I am going to consciously eat some of this Atkins saltfish while you Play I Spy. Here's I Spy right here on G987 FM.